Hello, SpeedGaming, and welcome to some round 2 action here in the championship bracket of the 2024 Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament. Tonight we got game 2 between Sigil711 and jkoper, with Sigil with a 1-0 lead. Hi everybody, I'm DK9146. Alongside me in the booth tonight is Pedantic Potato. How you doing?
I'm doing great, DK. This should be a very exciting match.
Yeah, absolutely. Match 1 was fantastic, really tight. A nice 2Q8 was the big difference with the bow deep, and Sigil finding it with jkoper unable to come out with it. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. These are some fantastic runners. I'm really excited to see where we start and what we get.
I'm thinking Raft. I think we're going to be Raft and Death Mountain is where we're going to start. But we'll see if I'm correct.
I always guess Raft. I feel like at least 50% of my seeds have been Raft, although that's probably it's probably just me noticing it a little more. But here we go. I see some mouse movement for Sigil. We got a countdown in the race room. We should see the live action any moment.
It certainly feels like 50% Raft for me as well, but as you say, probably not true. Okay, no, we're just starting close to start.
Close to start, no tutor, so we got a 50-50 ref chance between that and the PB. But here we go. Get our sword.
It's Raft! Yes!
We couldn't get the Death Mountain for you, but we got the ref nonetheless. Looks like Coper's heading straight to that ref check, as is Sigil.
Looks like some nice early bombs for Sigil, and I'm sure Coper is going to get some as well. Sure enough. Got some hints very close to where you start, so I think we will definitely, if we get the book, see these runners buying those hints.
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense, unless it's super late in the game, and then at that point it doesn't really matter for them.
Very true. It looks like Sigil killing a couple more of these Gibdos to try to pick up some more bombs. Very smart move before heading out to the rest of the world.
Yeah, gets him a medium secret here in that bomb cave. 25 for the medium. Bleh.
But a small of 18, that's pretty large for a small.
So jkoper first to check an Armor spot, gets the Death Armor, not the answer. Just gets a door repair.
Oh well. But level 7 here for Sigil. Okay.
I'm getting some 2Q vibes here. How about you?
Certainly, yeah. That very much looks like 2Q7.
It's chat's favorite set. We got 2Q back half here. Wonder what our first half's going to be.
I'm hoping for shapes. We will see.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little more exciting with some shapes action in here for sure. So, Staircase 1, Shocker, it's a transport.
But is it a regular one or a one-way? That's the question. I gotta say, one-way transports are some of my least favorite transports.
Absolutely, 100% agree. Coper finds level 7 here, just nopes out of it immediately. Says, no, thank you. All right, River Block going west there along the bottom edge, going to opt to come back to the transport, and that takes us to the top. Let's see if we can get into that bigger body part of the cinnamon roll here.
Possible recorder block of an item. Oh, and a mugger already.
Yeah, level 7 throwing it at him. I kind of like jkoper's play here, but get out of there. We'll come back when we need to. But we'll see if this pays off for Sigil. He is definitely going to press through what he can. North Moat says nope.
Huh.
So we got jkoper up in the northeast, does find level 8 at Monocle Rock here. Let's see if 2Q8 treats him a little better than 2Q7 did for Sigil.
You know, at least these enemy sets aren't too bad. Oh, for runners of this caliber, none of these enemy sets are too bad, of course.
I mean, that's very fair. I was just going to say, yeah.
You're right, you're right.
The other head shop down here on the coast, so we know where they're at. They're not terribly priced. So if we get that book early enough and have some cash, that might pay off. And we got level 1 on the coast.
All right, so now we'll find out, is it first quest or shapes? This could be first quest. So far, nothing saying it couldn't be. And Coper saying, I've had enough level 8.
Yeah, he took a death a little deep in there. We got a Gliok here. It could be 3 or 4 heads. It's a little hard to tell on the freeze frame, but we'll see what Sigil does if he can get through it or not.
And Coper may or may not have just picked up a Armos item. We will see. Yeah, this is really looking like vanilla 1 to me.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm terrible at calling them out, but I think you're absolutely right here. I think Coper might have got a foul ball up there at the Armos item. What do you think?
You know, it's hard to tell. It could be multiple foul balls.
So some early keys here for Sigil. Took down the Gliok, got a key. Took down them boys, got him a key here. We're progressing through. Lots of key doors here.
And I believe Coper has checked 3 different Armos spots since we last saw his stream. And hopefully we will soon get to see his item list to find out what that was, if it was one of them. But meanwhile, he's found level 2.
Yeah, both runners getting maps nearly simultaneous, just confirming as we see a heart on the floor here in level 1. Yeah, so here we go. Here's some of those nastier rooms. You know, you got some bunnies, you got some blue whizzies, you got rolled up Tektites. You love it.
Yeah, that is not fun at all. Nothing with low hit points, that's for sure. Certainly, it's okay to have the Wizrobes if they roll with some other pretty easy to kill enemy, then you can keep reloading the room over and over, killing the easier enemies, but that's not the case here in this level 2. It is funny, of course, the Super Ropes seem to have more hit points than the Red Darkness.
Yeah, they do love the roll up. They sure do. But the Zols rolled down to 1, so you always gotta love that. All right, and we're tracking a book for the Armos item, so seems like Coper might have found the book, which is an early book.
All right. I guess we'll see when Sigil picks it up where it was located. And as the feed cuts in and out, I'm pretty sure Coper is making his way through level 2 here. Nothing he can't handle. Sigil might have found the staircase item room here in level 1. We'll soon see.
At least the keys didn't roll up, but yeah, it's 1 room shy, and we're rewarded with a heart.
Do you think we're going to get our triple heart level?
I mean, that's the dream. Triple heart level. The only thing that's better is the triple banana-esque items when you get like a power bracelet and both bananas at once.
Ah, yes. Especially if you started with the power bracelet. So maybe we'll have a raft with 2 banana level 8 or something like that?
Oh, let's absolutely do that. And a 2Q8 especially, that'd be magnificent.
Right, Sigil picking up his first Triforce. We will see now whether he goes back in. If he hasn't found the third item, I imagine he's going to go back in. And while I say that, looks like jkoper picked up the any key in level 2.
He sure did. Any key, very nice early. Neither of them with a bunch of keys yet, so that'll play out well for him here.
It really frees you up on your exploration as you go through these levels. You never have to be concerned about, should I go into this room? Should I not go into this room? It's free.
Absolutely. So yeah, we got a couple rooms that you got to deal with here. This one's a lot nicer than the blue darkness, that's for sure. Coper's still pressing through this level 2, trying to figure out where this other item is. With wanton disregard. Look at all those whizzies. Every room's got some whizzies.
You know, when you got it's not fun to go through all those rooms, but when you need items early on, it's better than just searching aimlessly. And it is a triple heart one.
Yeehaw! Slays the rupee boss, gets that third heart, but he's white sword item eligible if we come across it.
I guess the easier level had less reward is what it comes down to.
Well, jkoper just took a look at his internal game map, and he has been in every single room.
So must be wizrobes that he must have not killed in some room that are hiding that Triforce. Well, Sigil, when we find the white sword item, is guaranteed to be able to pick it up now that he has 6 hearts, no matter how it rolled. So that's good news for him. And meanwhile, Coper is continuing his way through level 2 here. I assume he'll have the Triforce in short order. And there might have been something on that raft spot. I'm not certain.
Yeah, we got a little tease coming back across. He didn't even get slamooed. It's a little sad. But if he continues the way he's going here, he might come across level 2 as well.
Well, we can imagine that he was being slamooed that entire time while we couldn't see it.
I like your style. So here we go. Coper thinking really hard if the game wants to let him into that next room, but I'm sure he's through it at this point by now, one way or the other.
All right, we know one place that book was not. And Sigil skips the other. Okay, maybe he was already there at some point. Now we got Sigil in level 2.
Yeah, that was a little interesting. I have to, but he wouldn't have checked the Armos item up. He didn't check this cave, but somehow saw the other cave. Seems a little strange.
It does. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's the Triforce. Oh, now we get to find out that raft check, and it is the power bracelet. Interesting.
All right, so we know for sure Sigil would have picked up that power bracelet having 6 hearts. jkoper tries at 4, is not able to get it, so he will have to come back.
All right.
Look at that. The game giving them a starting raft, and it's actually potentially useful. Or maybe it just gives Sigil and jkoper a bunch of needless checks.
You know, you never know. We'll find out, but possibly not for a while. And chat has some special information that the wand is waiting for us on the coast, but we're going to need the ladder in order to cross to get it.
See, we started with a raft. What if we find the second raft as jkoper finds level 3 up here in the northeast, and we tie the 2 rafts together, making a ladder out of them?
I think that's perfectly reasonable. Wow.
Well, that was fast.
However, jkoper did not pick up the second raft, and we cannot try that out now. Either way, this level 3 seems to have the same nasty enemy set level 2 had, and we still have just our wood sword, so we're going to be stabbing Pole's voice for a while here.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's always a good time here. Yeah, I like chat's idea here. What if we trained a peahat? Unknown if it's African or European.
Is the peahat going to retrieve it for us, or are we going to hold on to the peahat and ride over there?
I think if we're flying with it, we're going to need 2 or 3 of them with some rope tied between them.
That hint told us Korea Grumble close to start. We already knew that.
Yeah, it seems like even sometimes with early book, it seems like about half the hints you find by the time you find them, you already knew that, and it's a quick thinks game. But we got a compass.
However, we cannot get to that Triforce without the ladder, so we know the ladder is now required to complete the seed.
All right, chat, help us out here. Where is this ladder going to be tonight?
Well, jkoper says, I don't believe it's in level 3. I'm not going to keep looking for that floor item. I'm going to do more exploration. And unfortunately, for not having the power bracelet, jkoper can't check these power bracelet spots here in Death Mountain yet. He's going to have to come back later.
Yeah, he sure will. And somehow Sigil just has not found that any key. It has remained elusive for him here.
It's unfortunate for Sigil. I found our big secret there. Only 61.
Yeah, this is definitely a poverty seed, even with that slight roll up on the small secret. And there's a meat, and jkoper picking it up immediately.
I guess there was a large secret meat there.
There we go. Sigil got his any key there under some keys.
Oh, and we have some mini roads that apparently we already found.
That explains how jkoper got to West Death Mountain so fast. Okay, so he was just doing a quick circle of that northwest area since it brought him out there. And now he's back in the northeast where we last saw him before the freeze.
And it looks like jkoper used that money he has and bought a candle. Which tells me that he did not find a take any while we were gone.
All right, Sigil's got to be narrowing down the rooms here for his triangle at this point. He's kind of going through pretty much the same motions jkoper did through this level 2. Just trying to prioritize enemy rooms that don't require 10 to 12 stabs. And realizing I'm going to have to kill these anyway.
Yeah, those extra hearts he's collected and that power bracelet he has, they don't help accelerate the combat, unfortunately.
There we go. Triangle number 2 from level 2 for Sigil, taking a 2-1 triangle lead. Still early in this race, though.
All right, there is where our book was.
Yeah, I guess he just didn't. Maybe just kind of overthought that room, or was tracking something and forgot to go over there. But did remember and get back. 76 rupees. Not quite enough to clear out either of the hint shops in full as of yet.
And there is our level 9 right below the waterfall.
Absolutely. Level 9 for Koper. Simultaneously, Sigil finds level 8 at Monocle Rock. We'll see if he decides to play ball in here and how it goes.
Looks like Koper jumped back to the start and is now searching for additional levels. And certainly that's something you don't want to do before you spend too much time in that level 7 or level 8.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think that's a smart play. Let's get some clearance going here. Maybe find some of the easier levels and see what happens.
Definitely. We know we could go through 4, 5, and 6 a lot quicker.
And we know we're having some technical issues. It's just the restream here. Hopefully things will kind of calm down for it and we'll get a little more consistent. The runner streams themselves are still going smoothly though, so.
All right, so Sigil is going to take a stab at level 8. He has substantially more hearts than Koper did, so we'll see.
Well, he's got 1 extra heart here, so I'm assuming... Did he come in with 7? I thought he came in with 6. He might have came in with 7, because there's a heart in the stair.
That is a good point.
He would have gotten 1 and 2, so yeah, he would have came in 7, so that's where he gets his 8.
All right, he's well on his way to a mags. Probably wasn't his intention, but I'm sure he's not going to reject that if it falls upon him.
Yeah, sometimes the seed just dumps hearts in your lap and your chest jerk percent in the seed.
I'm sure he's happy to see these Vyres. And jkoper back to start once again.
We got the Bloomerang, second staircase item here in 8. After a little stab, we do pick it up.
And I believe jkoper is going to check some hints for us. Big Dogger has the white sword, I think. Now, was that the 3rd hint that he got?
I would have to assume he had enough for at least 1 more, so he must have already checked the other 2 prior to us being able to see it.
Chat was watching his stream. Apparently, Raft in 3, we knew that. Sail for Power Bracelet, we knew that. And White Sword 5. So really, only one thing he didn't already know. And he buys some wooden arrows.
Very nice, yeah. And I've got their streams up, but it's hard to keep an eye on the real stream in that. I did see him find a take any and opt to take a potion, even though he knows that Power Bracelet was more than 4 hearts.
That's an interesting strategy. Usually people don't switch to potions until they've, gotten that White Sword item.
So here's some Deadwoods area checks for Koper as Sigil's coming across Danny Roads.
Koper got the other big secret. Now we do not have the recorder. We cannot do these recorder checks as we're going around. And Sigil finds level 9. Unfortunately, he is 6 Triforces short of entering it.
Yeah, that old man in there is very persistent. He will not let you by.
Well, we'll be back in another 30 or 40 minutes. Don't fear.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and while he's frozen, jkoper has come across level 6. We'll see how he does there in a 1Q6.
One Q6, not too bad. Although it can really chew up a lot of keys.
Yeah, can you do that? And it likes to be trolly with where it makes you have to go through the transport a lot of times.
Very true. And chat pointing out that I've forgotten that both runners have the any key, so that will not be a problem for either of them.
And Coper gets the old man. It tells him Goma creeps in the dead woods. It's like, thanks, game. Oh, okay, good. We're back. We'll see that in about 30 seconds.
So I believe we have still not found 4 or 5.
Yeah, unless somebody saw and dipped out, which I highly doubt while it was frozen. You are correct. Those are our levels. We're still outstanding, at least here in the booth.
Yeah, I certainly cannot see someone dipping out of those. And Coper's got his potion out. I don't know if that's intentional or not. There's still a lot of Death Mountain and the Grave to explore, so I'm guessing 4 or 5 is going to be somewhere around there. Sigil checking one of those power bracelet spots.
Yeah, if the seed is reeking of who finds the flute to find that one level that is flute blocked.
Sigil now using his candle and finding out that that's unfortunately just a lot of he's door repairs under there.
Looks yeah, like meanwhile, yeah, Coper's kind of just progressing here through 6. Vires did go down to a bomb, which is nice at least. And that's the room with the banana there in the top right. So 4 item and 6 was the banana. We'll see if he can come across that staircase item.
Sigil's now at 10 hearts. Potential to pick up mags, pretty low potential, but we'll see.
Yeah, Coper got the compass. We know we got to get up there. Second room down in the D column for him. And he is progressing that way. Most likely he'll come across a staircase along the way here.
Yeah, when you're just looking for the staircase, it's pretty easy to find. Just pop in every room, unless there's a lot of shutter doors. So I think you're right.
And here we go, Sigil going out to get his mostly useless hints, but does find out about the white sword at least.
Coper finding another room that could be the push block, leading him to the item. Red candle and 6. All right.
Yeah, you can even see it like slightly in deposits. Like you're not going to turn it down, especially right now with no repeatable offense, but it's not exactly what you were hoping for.
Nope, but when you're in a level with those red bubbles that take away your sword, it's way better than nothing.
Yeah, agreed here. So getting his rupee boss here, he doesn't need those bombs. Come down here to the Triforce, and it is absolutely free. So put level 6 on the board for jkoper.
All right, now our Triforce count is back to 2 and 2.
So it's been fairly interesting watching these two. We've had a lot of divergence from very early on. Just Koper noping out of 7 while Sigil dug it a little bit, and it's been just completely all over the place ever since. Another heart for Sigil up to 11.
I do not know if we've actually seen mags yet. I guess we'll find out.
Nine rupee bombs, not too bad for a poverty seed.
That's a pretty good deal.
Oh, here we go. Koper, he got that extra heart now. He's got some rupees. He's like, let's go ahead and check out 7.
Well, that red candle will make a lot of these rooms a lot more tolerable. Sigil buying the other set of hints. Gleark returns with the magic boomerang. We just found that out, of course.
Yeah, and of course he's the one that's figured it out. At least that would be info for Koper. But alas, Sigil gets the jokes again.
Yeah. We're making use of that red candle and finding a ladder block.
Yep. Same exact play here that we saw from Sigil. He's going to go through the same transport here, get blocked pretty quick. We'll see how he. I don't know that we missed any other potential rooms here.
Well, remember, wasn't there the mugger that we noped out of?
Yeah, should be right south of here.
So we're going to pay him. We are going to pay him. Okay, now we can make some progress.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw a dark room and 2 shutter doors. I was waiting for a second mugger.
That would be pretty good.
Red bubble's playing nice for him there.
This room could drop something. Did not.
Oh, this is an extremely fun room, and yeah, it takes a death. Three straight boomerangs to the face.
I don't know what it is with blue gorillas, but they just seem to hit me way more than anything else.
Yeah, they've been using aimbot since 1986, man.
Oh, a ladder and oh wait, he went back to start, didn't he? Okay.
Yeah, that's as far as Sigil had saw. He saw that right top moat with the Goma and noped out. Where looks like we're gonna get Koper to go back through the transport and progress down that top left area.
I was looking over at Sigil's screen. I did not see exactly what made him up an A. Sometimes these levels look blocked, but it's actually the place where the ladder is. You just got to find the right path.
Yeah, and especially 2Q7 and 8 with these crazy amounts of transports going on. You can really get into 1 or 2 room segments all over the place, even though the whole level is contiguous.
Oh, what am I saying? He didn't up an A. He got killed by gorillas.
Oh, that's right. And Triforce on the other side of that moat there. So we're going to need the ladder for the try here in 7.
All right. Item could still be somewhere, though, of course. So Koper's going to keep at it.
Yeah, and outside that blue gorilla room so far, not terrible in this level as far as the enemy set has gone here.
No, it's definitely worth sticking around in.
Meanwhile, Sigil does come across level 6 here. Is going to go ahead and get busy starting at that bottom and working his way up. We'll see how fast he can work his way through.
All right, yet another transport room. Here's your other
There
mugger.
we go. There we go. But yeah, with that cash in hand and this far in, you absolutely pay that. And of course, just gets the turnstile room and nobody knows what the room is below it. So doesn't pay off. We're going to go through this transport.
All right, here we go. So far, nothing proving the ladder. Oh, no, it just throws us back down there. Oh, well, that Korea room is, I guess, the key, right? Because that was at the bottom of that blob. I think we got to go back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's interesting. And as normal, 2Q7 has no walkthrough walls and theoretically should have no bomb walls, although we have seen a few of those pop up as the tournament has progressed.
I think this time we'll see jkoper be very careful. Hopefully he can get some bombs off these red gorillas and use them on the blue gorillas.
And there's the bombs.
All right, see you later, blue gorillas.
Sigil using that bloomerang very, very effectively here.
Yeah, when you got stunnable enemies, it can be very helpful. All right, I don't know if we killed this room before. Apparently not, if jkoper is killing it now.
Yeah, he had this room and the room below not on the map before. So here we go, another staircase. Another transport, of course.
I feel like this transport is going to bounce us around between... Ooh, well, this could be interesting. Let's see what if it drops an item. If so, hopefully we can come in from the side. Nope, nothing in that room. Still no proof of a ladder block.
Yeah, he's got the right 3 rooms left down here in this little 9x9 block left to go. As long as he can get over there. This was a red bubble room. Yep.
All right, an easy room here. Just a couple keys.
Here we go. Oh, it's the ladder in 7.
jkoper's going to be very glad he stuck that out.
Yeah, that's a big find too, because Sigil had no way to get past the muggers short of giving up bombs, where jkoper had that cash in hand and is now going to be very rewarded for that. 2 Triforces being blocked by it. We got that wand if he wants to go get it off the coast as well.
I think he's going to finish killing the rooms he hasn't, because might as well get that floor item, whatever it is. You've already put all this time in, why not?
We already know that floor item's below that Goma over on the bottom right.
Probably true.
In fact, he saw the whole thing.
Yeah. So that may very well be true. Although we didn't kill the gorillas.
And that's what I was just going to say. Unless we missed him killing those gorillas, he's got those 2 rooms left. Oh, there was a Dig Dogger room as well. Fantastic.
Oh, wow. So lots of uncertainty.
And here we go. Sigil kind of bouncing back and forth through the transport, finally getting to the room with the staircase item here. Going to be rewarded with a red candle of his own.
Well, as you said, I'm sure jkoper is going to pick up that wand. Beyond that, we still got to find level 4 and 5. Oh, we didn't kill the enemies in this room yet.
Oh,
Forgot
yeah,
about
that's
that.
right.
The bow!
My
Oh, wow. This level 7 is stacked.
Oh my god. And see, when Sigil was in here earlier, I wanted him to kill that room so bad just for knowledge, but he only had 2.5 hearts, didn't have beams, and he opted to go ahead and nope out of it, and it made absolute sense, but holy cow, just having that knowledge alone.
Can you imagine if jkoper had not done that and it just assumed, like we did, that it was behind the Goma? That would have been a big problem.
Man, 2Q7 coming up giant for jkoper. We're down for him. Just where are those levels 4s and 5? And where are those silver arrows?
You know, this proves you could have actually dug 7 first, right? You know, on the first try, first way through, could have had that bow at 7 minutes in, and the ladder.
Yeah, needed either 60-ish rupees or a combo of giving up a bomb and some rupees.
Yeah, I hate giving up bombs, hate even more giving up hearts, but sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe you can catch it on the back end with a bomb upgrade, as Sigil finds our letter for some potion action up here in the grave.
The jkoper is back to level 3. He wants to pick up that Triforce.
Yeah, it makes sense that route it in while you're right next to it here. Just got to get up north. Hopefully it's not an 8-pack of blue wizzies like that room is. And that's right, jkoper had picked up that arrow early, so paying dividends already, taking out bunnies in one shot. Meanwhile, Sigil checking all these power bracelet spots along the way, just not a single one of them having paid off, so to speak, with anything of significance.
Did we see the floor item in 3?
I kind of feel like we didn't if jkoper's trying to clear that room.
Alright, because I don't have it marked either. Oh, that's nice that you can reset the room like that and get rid of the whiz robes.
So here's level 5 for Sigil. I did miss which one of the screens up here towards Death Mountain it was on, but he definitely just found it.
It's going to be interesting to see if this has some ladder blocks.
There's a triangle for jkoper out of level 3. Yeah, if you're on Team Sigil, we need him to maybe dig a little extra, find a recorder, something that opens up level 4 that jkoper may skip in order to give him a little time to get back into 7, get his ladder, and start being able to progress through some of these other dungeons. If you're Team jkoper, that heart in that staircase for Sigil not helping here in level 5. If you're Team jkoper, he's in a good spot. You just need him to go zoomy zoom zoom right now.
Sigil's probably hoping he finds that white sword soon, but now he knows it's a floor item. He's going to have to keep clearing rooms to get it.
Yeah, luckily 1Q5, not terrible as far as size goes, but here, where are we at? Okay, we're up there in the top. Got it.
jkoper's still looking for that floor item in 3.
Well, that's right, the white sword. The white sword. We already knew what it was.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. That could give Sigil an advantage. Another mugger, except I don't know that there's a reason to pay this one.
Yeah, neither way. There's the bomb upgrade, just a little bit short. 116.
Oof. That would be nice to have.
Yeah, 116, that tells me it's going to be +2.
I don't think we've seen a power bracelet block of anything yet, have we?
No, not at all. The only thing that possibly could be blocking of note would be level 4 at this point. And we are getting extremely low on power bracelet checks.
Whatever this item in 3 is, it is eluding Koper.
Yeah, I believe he hasn't done the far left here. Yeah, and that's the direction he's heading. Yeah, last item here for jkoper on the floor, eluding him. The triangle kind of eluding Sigil here as well as in 5 as he's progressing south some here. He should be getting it soon. He's got to be down to like 5 or 6 rooms left.
Now that we're at the 45-minute mark, oh, that's hilarious. Compass tells you got one more room. Now that we're at the 45-minute mark, both runners have got to start going, I don't feel like I have enough accomplished yet. I'm probably behind.
Yeah, there's very few runners, I would say, in this community that probably on any regular basis feel consistently ahead. If they're like me, no matter how good or bad you are in a game, you just always feel like you're behind.
Yep. All right, now we can finally see where level 5 was.
Yeah, meanwhile, this 8 blue Wizzy room that jkoper is fighting, he's doing a fantastic job here in door strats. He's going to eat up his bombs here. The white sword would have been magical, but he doesn't have it yet.
Certainly, and speaking of magical, I think if Sigil finds the magical sword, he might be able to pick it up. He's got 12 hearts.
Oh man, after using all bombs, still had 6 blue Wizzies on the table here. 1.5 hearts. We got a freeze though. Unsure if he was able to take it out yet or not.
So Sigil does have all those hearts and the white sword. Eventually, I guess he's going to have to take out that room. I hope for his sake he doesn't up an A and lose all those hearts. He's going to need them.
Yeah, this is an interesting room for sure, as he's going to find out about the second raft, and then proceed to full clear the rest of this dungeon. Well, as far as he can, we do have that ladder block.
Oh, that's true. And jkoper is out of there. I don't know what he decided. I don't know if he made it through that room. Okay, chat saying he took a death and gave up. Is this Silver's? Could be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a game-deciding kind of room too. We've already gotten some of the riffraff, even if it's just the tutor and it leads to level 4, and we proceed to clear everything else before going back type thing.
Or could be one of those, okay, Koper picking up another heart. Now he can finally get that power bracelet, which we don't believe is actually necessary, but we're not sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even guaranteed yet, because Sigil got it at 6. We didn't even test it at 5 yet, so it might troll him again. Oh, here's the hidden checks down on the coast. We got the middle one again. Left, Goma creeps with the red candle thanks game. We already got that. And just shy for number 3. He's going to try and get some cash here. Of course, the lever's not participating. All them levers, not a single rupee drop. You gotta love it.
And I see in chat people are doing some age checks to see who remembers Trumpet Windsock. I do, so I'm sure a lot of us do actually. Alright, so hopefully for Sigil's sake, he'll clear most of these rooms. All except that one blue Wizzy Rube. Then get the Triforce to his full health, and then tackle it.
So Koper goes east, finds level 1, comes across a couple more rupees, comes back out, gets that last hint. It's the other Goma creeps hint. So hence literally gave us everything we already knew. Koper does get a little knowledge about 8 having the magic boomerang, but not the other 2 items, and both got the white sword hint.
So we know Koper is not interested in hearts, so this he's really gonna hate this level, I think.
Yeah, gonna be a little disappointing for sure for him here, but knowledge is key here, and I think we're gonna see him at least locate all 3.
Will he walk down the stairs to pick up the final one, though? I'm guessing no.
I was debating that, and knowing that we have that potential blue Wizzy room that you have to deal with, every last heart helps.
So Sigil ducked out of 3.
And there's another power bracelet check not coming in. So thinking, I'm not sure if he's done northeast yet. We know he hasn't been to Bogey's Arrow yet. So there can only be, I think there's only 2 spots left for him to check.
Interesting. This recorder is seeming more and more likely, but I think there's only 2 possible places it could be, which would be level 3 on the floor and level 8 on the floor.
That, or eventually if Koper gets back up towards where level 9 is, we still have those 2 ladder checks on the river.
Oh, very good point. Oh, and our tracker Special K telling us that Sigil got the floor item in 8. It was a heart. So that means the only item left is the floor item in 3? Wow.
Oh man, Sigil getting the fantastic news about the 2 Goma creeps since.
So this could come down to who gets full set of bombs, gets some potions, and heads back to level 3.
Yeah, now with Koper at 6 hearts, potentially up to 8 if we get caught up to him with the 3 hearts he was going to come across here in 1. He could go up, be guaranteed his power bracelet now, and potentially be led down a rabbit hole of useless checks here.
Yeah. But hopefully he can get that white swords, because that would really help him with the Wiz Rubes. Kind of surprised Koper hasn't gone to pick up that. Oh, he's thinking about it. He goes, I gotta get that room of Wiz Robes. I guess I need this heart.
I think it's the right call for sure, especially knowing Wizzies are out there right now, and that you have one in play that you know that's the room. You know there's an item there. Whether it's an item you need is a whole nother story.
Unfortunately for Koper, he burned his potion already. I shouldn't say burned. He used it effectively. But now he doesn't have it, and he doesn't have the money to buy another one at this point.
Sigil finds this Triforce in 7 pretty quickly, gets the news that he is going to need a ladder, is progressing on, is absolutely in the right dungeon. He needs to handle this dungeon to get his ladder that leads to both that triangle and the bow.
Now that white sword, again, very nice. Still surprised Koper hasn't popped over, and I guess he was on the way to the coast, wasn't he? And will be there soon.
Yeah, he's kind of just routing it back in, clearing up all these extra checks that he had here. So I think the routing makes sense. Koper usually, most of these guys make really good, smart decisions at the end of the day. So we're going to go ahead and pay this mugger to find out the horrible news.
Alright, but that eliminates more rooms, so won't be long.
Yeah, absolutely. And Koper, 1 room away from getting his last 4 heart here in the top right of level 1, and will have full completed it and already has picked up his triangle.
Cooper now at 8 hearts. Substantial difference from his 3 hearts or 4 hearts a little bit ago.
Yeah, in like 5 minutes, doubled his heart output here. Finally, not that 12-4 ratio that we had there was fantastic there for a minute. Very rare you kind of see that in a race of this caliber.
And now Cooper picking up the wand. Although, again, that will not help with the whiz robes.
Yeah, it doesn't help, but sometimes you got to get into you got to mentally psych them out. And, they're shooting those wand beams at you. They're identical to the wand beams. So, they're shooting those at you. You kind of throw some back at them. It gets in their head a little bit. They make a mistake. Boom, you stab them.
I had not considered that. That is a good point. And the other thing, of course, the wand will let you do is take down all the other enemies easier. Perhaps pick up some fairies, get your health filled back up.
Absolutely. So Sigil paying off the other mugger, getting into the meat of this level 7 finally, which is the correct decision here. He's gonna get rewarded here soon if he does go to the correct way, which is the top right of this 9-pack down here.
All right, Cooper's in level 8. We know it's just 2 hearts and a boomerang. He does not know that. He'll know it soon enough.
Yeah, he had the boomerang hit so far. The nice thing here is Cooper does still need to get his triangle from here, so it's not needless exploration at least yet. We'll see how much he decides to dig in it, though.
I mean, the way this is going, these two are going to be dead even on items again pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sigil getting trolled by this by his vertical shoot needs to go up and to the right. Let's see. He's going up. Let's see if he goes to the right. Yeah, and this is the exact same play that jkoper made. That the red bubble room. You don't want to lose your sword. You do have the fire, but still, it makes sense. Let's go ahead and go down first.
Oh, it's our favorite Gorilla room. But we have twice the offense that Cooper did when he was here.
Yeah, twice the offense, and if he was feeling concerned at all, he does have a boomerang that he could be using to stun as well.
Looks like he's going for damage over stun.
Yeah, and did so very, very effectively there.
All right, just 3 more rooms.
Yep, another transport here. And looks like he is committed to clearing out this area here, so got to get 2 more rooms north.
Cooper is out of level 8. Sigil taking a hit from the most vicious enemy of the game, his own red candle.
Yeah, red candle, wand beams. At least me personally, I'm hitting at least 20, 30 times each time I have those.
I think I was doing a practice seed the other night. I think maybe only PDX Rex was watching it. I decided to candle boost myself through a room. Very smart strategy in some cases. I had 1/2 heart, so my attempt to candle boost just instantly killed me. So that was my red candle story.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen 100%. You just you start to ignore the hearts, especially if you don't have beeping on. If you have it on, we'll come up with some other excuses. But anyway,
I do keep the beeping off. And now that Sigil has that ladder, he is going back to clear. Aha, good. He is going to pick up that bow.
Yeah, going to be somewhat happy that he got down here, got this checked out, and here's that. Oh no, one more hand, and there it is. So he's going to go get his triangle if he didn't already. Maybe he did. I couldn't remember.
I don't know that he did. I didn't see it.
No, right back in, but he knows exactly where to go, so this will be a quick pickup.
Question from Chad, is anything PB blocked? We haven't seen anything actually PB blocked yet. But we are not 100% sure if all the spots have been checked.
Yeah, we've had a few technical issues here with some freezing, so we have missed a few plays here and there on what the runners have checked or where they've gone, but from what we can tell, it doesn't appear that we've seen anything yet. We know we've seen everything but level 4 at this point.
And so our belief, but we don't have enough evidence to prove it yet, but our belief is that the recorder is on the floor in level 3 under 8 blue wizrobes, and that is what's going to be needed to find level 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dream at least, right?
For us in the announcer booth, certainly. For the runners, not so much.
Well, there's our magical sword up here in East Death Mountain at the bottom spot here, just up the stairs. So if Sigil gets up that way, we'll see if he's able to pick that up.
So Koper has not picked up the power bracelet yet, correct?
I don't think he's routed it in at all. And I'm trying to, and I still don't know exactly where level 5 was because we were in between a freeze there, so I don't know where Sigil went into it.
Level 5, it was right next to the Armos.
Gotcha. Oh, here's level 4.
It is not power bracelet or recorder blocked. All right. So Sigil's got to get up here.
Absolutely. I mean, he can pick up mags. He could be getting level 4 as well. He's in hurry up and go mode now that he finally got that ladder. He's got a lot of information. He's in the neighborhood to head the right direction. We'll see if he presses left here into East Death Mountain.
I feel like it's pretty rare that we'd be an hour into a seed and just finding something that wasn't blocked in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it all comes down to the routing for sure. These enemies haven't been great. There's a 4 heart and 4 for Koper, so down to a staircase item left here to see if we can find those silver arrows.
Yeah, what do we got left? We got silver arrows, we got red ring, we got recorder, and we got 1 heart left. So there's something good on that room in level 3. It's going to be ironic if it's a red ring, one of those rooms where you need the red ring to get the red ring.
Yeah, those are a blast as we see Sigil do his best on these river spots. One of them did bomb open, but absolutely worthless.
There's a Triforce in 4. Koper says, nope, I've got an item to find. Did Koper just use his potion again? Did I see that right? I don't know.
It was hard to tell. He did flicker past it. I think he was trying to get to the wand, but it's possible that he did use it. He was filled up.
Yeah, I think he might have done a 1 heart fill. I'm not sure.
All right, Sigil checking the connector between East and Death Mountain, West Death Mountain, but is getting to where he needs to be finally. We'll see if 12 hearts is enough for mags here in a moment.
All right, it is. That's a pretty big combat upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, that would, especially if silvers are in that blue Wizzy room in 3, that makes that combat so much easier.
And so now it is turning out the power bracelet not required, and in fact is just wasting our time. So
yeah, just extra checks.
Yeah, if Sigil... Oh, there's the silvers in 4.
Yeah, so far, just it's crazy how a seed can go just based on different routing and different decisions, and just everything coming up jkoper in this one so far as right ordering things.
Yep, Sigil's got a chance to catch up, but he's going to have to book it.
Yeah, I think the big factor here, we got a known 2Q9. We don't have to worry about trying to figure out, what rooms are what. We don't have the shapes going on in any of these dungeons, and 2Q9 tends to lean on the easier, friendlier side, but sometimes it can throw us a curveball.
We're picking up that Triforce on level 4. The only one he's got left to get is that Triforce on level 5. I think he'll be back there and grab that pretty quick. It's not that far away.
Yep, absolutely. Not that far away, and then 9 really isn't too terribly far away as well.
Chat pointing out, yeah, if combat is difficult in level 9, and not just difficult but required, the Mags versus Wood Sword could come into play. We will see.
No, absolutely agreed. It all depends on which one of these enemy sets decided they want to be in level 9 tonight, and we've seen all of them in their requisite at least 2 dungeons, I believe, at this point, if I've been paying attention correctly. So it's a crapshoot on which one we're getting.
I'm not sure where jkoper is going.
I'm not sure he's seen level 5 yet.
Sigil.
There's our silvers for Sigil. Yep, there you go.
Yep, burning them. That's not good. You burn them, it's going to make them hot. You're going to burn your hand. Sigil, though, does know where 5 is. Once he gets there, should be pretty quick work of it. Yes, level 5, it was to the right of the Armos. So jkoper is going the wrong way. But he's going back to 3. He's going to find out what's in that room. Why? I don't know why he is.
Because he doesn't know about 5. He's thinking maybe it's whistle blocked and this is the whistle.
Okay. And it's got a 1/3 chance of being the case.
Yeah, and a couple bombs down, just not good connections there either, and then walks out of the room. So refreshed. I think he'd only damaged one of them anyway. But we'll see how this goes. This is a nasty room on its own, but with the the 2 BMOs shooting at you incessantly as well, just adds that extra X factor.
Oh, for sure. This not fun at all. And if he doesn't get it on the first try, he's not going to get it on the second try. And I assume Sigil by now has managed to finish. Yes, he killed the Keese. I expected he could, and he did. And he has that try.
I'm sure it was a very, very titanic struggle there, but yeah, we get that triangle and rewarded. It's magical.
Yeah, if Michael Bay was directing that fight, it would be amazing to watch.
5 minutes of explosion every time one Keese went down. Oh yeah, I can see it already.
Yep, you got that boomstick, but it's just hard to hit anything with it. jkoper having to pop that potion. No bombs left. This, actually, I take it back. This is the Michael Bay scene right here.
And here we go. Sigil going to make the same play. And oh no, he's just skipping it. I thought maybe he'd give it a shot, but no, he's just skipping it to go get the triangle.
Yep, Sigil does know where level 5 is. He knows there's nothing more he needs. So he's beelining for that Triforce. And then we will see him go for level 8 and get that Triforce, because he also knows where that is, I believe. So this play, this could turn the game around for Sigil.
Absolutely. This is a giant time sink, even if he is successful. And if he is successful and it is the tutor, that's even more time sink with all those checks.
Oh no, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. So best case is that he finishes this and it's the red ring.
Look at this combat. Heart and a half left. We got 1 Lizzie left to go.
It's just a heart. Oh my god.
But you know what? That is absolutely stellar combat there. Just well done. I mean, obviously not what was needed, and it took a lot of time, but holy cow, not a lot of people could have pulled that off.
You are very right. That was amazing show of skill by jkoper there. right, so Sigil, yep, he is beelining back to level 8. And Koper is... Well, he still doesn't know where 5 is because he was like 3 rooms away from 5, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what he may not have checked. We know I'm 99% positive he has not been. Oh, now he's going to go back into 8. Oh my goodness!
I think he's on the recorder hunt. He must be.
I don't think he's checked the river spots either, unless that was during one of the freezes and we just missed it. But I mean, I know he's got those 2, but yeah, I mean, clearly, I hope he hasn't mismarked or anything, or he's just gambling on the higher odds of more recorder checks.
Yeah, I hope it's not a mismark as well. Those are painful for everybody involved, people who make them and the people who have to watch.
Sigil, yeah, Sigil's seen the Triforce. He's just a matter of just walking through the rooms.
Yeah, he should have this all marked down, know exactly his path, and be there here in about 20 seconds or 30 seconds or so. It's right up here a little bit higher.
Koper picking up another heart. That does make it more likely he can pick up mags. We don't know for sure, right? We only saw the 12 heart pickup. I don't think we saw an 11 heart attempt.
No, that's correct. Yep, just the one attempt at 12. So we know it's guaranteed at 12, but it's still possible here at 11.
Maybe Sigil did not know the room. Maybe I was wrong about that.
Yeah, because he is definitely clearing anything and everything here. So, well, for his sake, hopefully he can find a compass here. I do not recall where that was located. Here's a second item for Koper. So he's got knowledge of the 2 items, and we have a 4 heart, I believe, and 8, correct?
Yes.
So red ring and recorder must be in 9.
And Koper doing some very heavy thinking right now. Or we froze again, one of the 2.
I would be doing some very heavy thinking too at this point. You know, if I was saying, if I was sure I had to find the recorder and I hadn't found it yet, and I'd taken all these different things, I mean, that's where you start going, I misunderstood something, I mismarked something. Sigil loving his mags on these Gleoks.
Yeah, makes them so much simpler here. So yeah, Koper definitely not frozen. Just trying to figure out what he's maybe overlooked or missed. Seems to have a game plan here and is heading a direction at least.
I don't think Sigil's gone back to the coast yet. Or wait, has he? I don't think so. Not that he really needs the wand, but it could be nice for the reasons we just saw with those red bubbles.
Yeah, and you're correct. He definitely has not been over that way yet. But yeah, every once in a while it's got its benefits for sure here. And jkoper just in a real rough spot here, unfortunately. Just can't quite figure out what he's missed here. I'm assuming he must have just marked that spot in error.
Yeah, it's not even like it's a bomb spot or a candle spot where you might have hit it or something and hit the wrong spot. It's just a plain old mismark, an open cave. 5 was in the open cave, 1 screen to the right of the Armos in the Grave/Death Mountain area. And welcome Zelda Speedruns 2. We are currently in a race between Sigil and jkoper. It's game 2 of 3, best of 3, and it's been pretty even all game. Right now we're waiting. jkoper is trying to find level 5. And unfortunately, we think jkoper mismarked his map because it's an open cave.
Yeah, and we see here he's rechecking multiple caves at this point. We know where he's got to get. We'll see if he starts heading that direction. In the interim, Sigil given some time here in this 8. Oh, and takes a death to the blue Gorias.
Yeah, he's Sigil's taking a lot longer in this 8 than I would have expected, and he's got to start taking some of these staircases because there's a whole area of 8 he has not been to. And I do not remember where the Triforce was, personally.
I believe it was in that upper horizontal row, but yeah, I want to say maybe below the V or E.
All right, so probably multiple staircases can get him into that area. We'll see.
Looks like Koper, well, he's in the neighborhood, turns around, maybe making a max play.
Did he pick up that power bracelet yet?
No, evidently there must have been a hint that told them power bracelet wasn't needed. So based on what I'm seeing in chat here, so that would make sense then from his perspective.
Oh, then he's probably really overthinking it, going, maybe the hint's wrong? Maybe it's not accurate? Maybe I'm going to have to file a bug report?
Thank you, there we go. Yeah, sail not to save the princess definitely was a hint, and since power bracelet was on a raft spot, that comes along. Very good call.
Ah. Alright, if Koper goes left here, he will find level 5. Well, left twice. There's the Triforce of Sigil, though. Sigil now has all 8 Triforces and is going to head to level 9. Fully stocked with mags, silvers, and at least 1 potion. And that is only 3 screens away from level 8. He's going to be there very fast.
Oh no, Koper walks right past it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, he had been checking like every screen, and here's level 9 for Sigil. So what are we looking for here in level 9?
Well, I believe we are listening for a roar and looking for a door. And we're going to listen for the roar of Ganon. We're going to hear him if we're in a screen below, above, left, or right of him. And we're looking for a shutter door that we cannot get to open because that means that Zelda is behind it. She will not open that door until we defeat Ganon. And while I was talking, apparently chat saw that Zelda door. All right. So we found one of the 2 things already.
Yeehaw! Well, let's see what happens here. If Koper goes back that way, there's still a chance, especially if we take the scenic tour through level 9 for Sigil's side, and he gets a better order here. We'll see what happens. Koper is heading back the right direction. I'm not sure if he has intent to go in the cave or not.
Come on. 1 more screen.
Please. Please.
And we are in level 5.
I can only imagine what he's going through there. So, yeah. So hopefully he can get through here with the quickness, and we'll see him in level 9 here shortly.
These level 9s do level 9 things. You never know how quickly you will find the route to Ganon. We do, of course, know the route to the princess. This could be a lot of time or a little time for Sigil. We don't know. jkoper could still catch up. It's going to find this Triforce right now.
Yeah, that went relatively well for him. We saw Sigil come in here and explored the whole top half first before coming down and finding the triangle. So jkoper at least did go right order here in 5, is about to get it, and there we go. 8th strike force for jkoper.
Looks like Sigil.
That's a roar.
Looks like Sigil stubbed his toe in the dark on that block. I hope that doesn't hurt him too badly. And there's Ganon. It's only going to take 4 stabs at that Mags. And indeed, Ganon is down. We have bacon, folks. It looks like he's walking back to Zelda rather than doing an up and A. And jkoper is now in level 9. And we're looking for a door that starts closed and immediately opens. There it is. Is it going to be some kind of shoot room? No, it's not. And there's your winner, Sigil. Put your GGs in chat for Sigil, folks.
Yeah, very well played. Continued right along here, and things looked a little bleak at points, and certain things happened, and then here we go. Takes this round 2 victory 2-0 over jkoper, and is going to move on to the round of 16. Very nicely done.
Impressive work. And we'll be trying to get both runners in the chat here. Give us a minute. And I'm already looking ahead on the bracket, but I don't want to talk about that until we got Sigil in here to talk about it with him.
Yeah, you were reading my mind. I was just pulling that up myself.
All right, I believe we have jkoper about to join us. Let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
-1, -2.
All right, my attempt at drama did not work as well as I hoped. All right, looks like we're having a few technical difficulties. Please hold with us, folks. This won't be too long. And of course, thank you to the audience through watching through our early technical difficulties. And joining us in the booth is our winner, Sigil, and our runner-up, jkoper. Welcome, both runners. Congratulations, GGs.
GG.
GG. Yeah, I totally lost this race to tracking, so... Yeah, I walked past 5 at some point and didn't ever go in there.
That sucks.
We did notice that too. That was unfortunate. You are correct. You were ahead, and that made all the difference there. So unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, I just you know how it is, like usually you're in that area early checking the armors or something, and I think I assumed that I was there, especially because I had already done all of West Death Mountain from the Any Road. And then I just when I was checking the last remaining spots at the end, it's like, well, I didn't do the area over by level 6. I'm not going to check the graves because we got a feat of strength not required hint. And then I think level 6 was the last spot other than that I had before I went and dug for the recorder, which was either in 9 or in 5. So,
Yep.
What was the second item in 3?
it was a heart container in the room with the wizards.
Recorder was in 9.
You saw both items in 5 then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, between the two of you, we saw every item from 1 through 8. So, recorder and red ring must be in 9. That was that combat you did in that Wizrobe room in level 3, Coper. That was amazing work there.
I mean, I don't feel like it was, but thank you. I died once, and then I used a potion, but I mean, I got it done in the end, I guess. So
I mean, you took out 4 blue Wizrobes with wood sword and no ring. That's impressive.
yeah, I mean, the thing that really makes the room hard though is the fireballs. I think that because you gotta always be conscious of those too.
Yep, and I think also maybe if it had been a bottom door, maybe that would have helped as well with the early bombing. But
possibly, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is really disappointing. Of course. Anyway, it's important to me. Anyway, good luck in the rest of the Sigil, and thanks for doing all the restream commentary, guys. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you, Jkoper. All right, Sigil. Jkoper had the kind of, I wouldn't say early lead, but mid-game lead because he found the ladder substantially before you did. So he did not have to redig, not redig, but go back to some of those places you had to go back to in order to pick up those Triforces. So that gave him kind of advantage. But you played excellent as well, and some well-deserved win.
Thank you.
So we were looking at the bracket. Looks like, well, you don't know who you're going to face next. Looks like it could be either Cappy or Spud. I believe they are playing later tonight, so I imagine you'll be watching that game with interest to find out how
I'll
that
be
goes.
sleeping during that time.
What? You're going to wait to find out? Okay.
I'm the East Coaster.
I mean, you're putting your job and your life ahead of Zelda? Is that what I'm hearing? That doesn't seem right. DK, does that seem right to you?
I mean, that's why you get sick time, right? Yeah, use your PTO.
Exactly.
I was not happy with finding like 6 hearts and only 2 items in dungeons.
Yeah, that was weird. Weird luck there about how that turned out. Also, getting the white sword was helpful for you. I think that once you got that really accelerated your clearing of levels.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was banking on getting a magical sword earlier.
So the funny thing about that was, and again, this is because you found so many early hearts. At one point, as chat noted repeatedly, there was one point you had 12 hearts where Jkoper had 4 hearts. It was the largest difference in hearts we've ever seen.
CJ would be proud.
CJ would be proud, yes. And of course, that led to you being able to pick up bags, and that helped you clear out some additional levels pretty quickly. What did you think about that level 9?
Much nicer than yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, having the early Zelda find certainly helps things. And of course, not needing to dig for items since you already had bow and silvers and cleared 1 through 8. So I guess if you consider that almost a full clear, that's a pretty impressive time for finding almost every item in the game.
Thank you. I felt very in trouble after my 8 dig of items.
Yeah. Well, this could have gone many different ways. We'll never know all the possibilities, of course. We just know the way it did turn out. All right, I think I've interrogated Sigil a lot here. DK, do you have any questions?
No, you nailed it. It was interesting. So much divergence, watching it kind of come together, watching minor leads grow, and then just all of it coming together. Soon for both of you. As soon as that ladder was picked up, it was like bam, 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 just rocking through everything.
I felt bad finding that ladder.
Yeah, we got that impression.
Yeah, I kind of figured as well, especially because you actually did a little bit of a dig early in 7, whereas jkoper saw 2Q7 immediately just left. So by the time he went in there 25 minutes later, he had cash on him, was able to pay the muggers off, and full cleared it all in one go round.
I think I had cash on me, but I didn't want to waste it at that time.
Yeah, and and you had bombs on you. You could have spent those too. That's the way those muggers go.
Not that early.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to spend them that early. But I mean, what we learned is that probably could have been the right play, right? The optimal play is if you knew that the ladder was there, then you probably would have spent giving up your bombs, got that early ladder. But that's the game. You don't know what the right choice is. You got to work with just the info you have.
Well, GG's again, Sigil. Good luck in the next round, and it's going to be exciting to watch everybody as they progress.
Thank you for the comms and restream.
You're very welcome. So for those who are interested in Sigil's future in this tournament, who he's going to face, in literally 2 hours from now will be that race between Caffey and Spud. Not a mistake. 2 hours from now, we are starting at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So I recommend that everybody, I guess, maybe take a little nap, then wake up in about an hour and a half, brew yourself some coffee or Coca-Cola or whatever your choice of caffeine is, and get yourself ready to watch that. It's going to be a good match. That will be on SpeedGaming 2.
Yeah, or go my route, which is going to be watching the vodcast in the morning while I'm catching up on emails at work.
That works too. That works too, I suppose. It is only game 1 of that series, so no matter who wins or loses that first one, there will of course be at least a game 2 and possibly a game 3. And that's when the real action happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And then keep your ears out. We have plenty of more action coming up tomorrow night. I'm not going to run through them all, but some fantastic matches from both the best of the rest bracket and the championship bracket. So stay tuned. We have a lot of fun things happening in the coming weeks still.
All right. You got any final thoughts, DK or Sigil?
Nope.
Not at all. Take us home there.
All right. Well, thank you to the audience for watching. I've been Pedantic Potato with my co-commentator DK9146 and our tracker Special K. We'd like to thank the SpeedGaming family of channels for rebroadcasting us, and we will see you all in 2 hours or tomorrow, whichever you choose. See you then. Goodbye.